Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Harden out there with Trevor Ariza. Then it's Thornton. Then there's Howard. And it's Lawson in the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Thornton dishes to Howard. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, Lawson. That doesn't go either for Lawson. Spurs trail by 7.
In a season where everyone in the Southwest made it to the playoffs, you just knew it was going to be a war of attrition night in and night out. Still, the Rockets managed to come out on top in the division.
Here's Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Green's got 8.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Ariza outside. On the wing, Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness. Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
There's Green with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end.
And, with 2 teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
Duncan with the block. 3-on-3. And finished off by Leonard.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Howard. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Howard's got his second basket of the night.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
And Hakeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
So they take the lead. Green's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passes. And you don't like to concede the free throws, but it's better than getting flushed on.
Well, Greg, there's no question about that. You played on a tough, physical Knicks team during your NBA career, and that would fall right in line with a smart, strong foul right there.
I agree. Very good point.
And the Rockets making a change here. Beverly's checked in.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
A chance here to check out how the Rockets ranked in the NBA last season. Second in fast break points, third in steals. And they also ranked among the top 5 in points off turnovers. So did a nice job of turning people over and then turning those turnovers into points.
And as you pointed out, when it came to running the break, I mean, they were terrific. They left teams really just grasping for breath and unable to match that breakneck pace.
KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for Houston. And Green gets it to go.
And defensively, guys, they've lost something since halftime. I mean, they've given up open looks. They've got to buckle down and get some stops here. Play with some urgency.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kicks to Aldridge. The shot no good. And Houston the other way now. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Parker drive, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Spurs out in front, up by 8. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. On the floor for San Antonio, the always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in the pivot spot, manning the middle. Capella, the best to a reason. He trains the quick shot.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
San Antonio calls timeout. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Some solid defense from Aldridge. Spurs leading by 8. Green kicks to Parker. Here's Duncan. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Harden dishes to Ariza. Off on the layup.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Here's Green. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Houston. Rockets trail by 12. Lawson kicks to Ariza. And stolen by Aldridge. And it's Marcus Thornton with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And Aldridge slams it in.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Thornton passes to Lawson. Kicks it out to Harden. He feeds it to Howard. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Spurs leading by 12. It's Parker with the drive. Shot's good.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore, though.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you know that is the case.
Here's Green. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
You know, for the Spurs playing up tempo, I mean, they made that adjustment several years back, to their credit. Since then, they've been one of the more up-tempo and offensive-minded teams in the league.
And some stats to kind of back up the Spurs playing that up-tempo style. They led the league last year in distance traveled as a team. Their players would cover almost 18 miles per game play. That tells you there's tremendous ball movement, but more importantly, body movement.
Aldridge, no luck.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
And that one's good. Parker. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Spurs.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. And the Spurs being the defending champions out west heading into last year, but they would end up 6th in the conference with a record of 55-27, had a record of 32-20 against the rest of the West.
Harden gets the bucket. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for San Antonio.
Looks that way, Steve. And Clark, what an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so, created... Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh?
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
It's Parker with the drive. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon, though.
San Antonio ball.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys.